morning and welcome to Lockdown Golf, day number 20. We've reached the 20-day mark. It's amazing. Kids back to school tomorrow, so hopefully you enjoy the last day of school holidays with them. Now, today is all about lower quartile rotation. Now, what do we mean by lower quartile? Well, anything from our hips below is considered our lower quartile. So we can get rotation or movement in a rotational plane at the hip joint. We can also get a bit of rotation at the knee joint, and we can also get some rotation happening at the foot complex. So what we want is that we want to test to try and see how much movement we've got in that entire lower quartile. So to do that, we simply need 3 clubs. And I'll go through this test in quite a lot of detail because it's important that you get it right. What we want to do first of all is we want to grab a 6-iron. Okay, now a 6-iron has got a lie angle that gives us a 60-degree angle here when we lay it on the ground. So we want to lay that 6-iron pretty well straight in front of us, and then take another club and lay that club down along the sole of the club there. And so you will make pretty much a 60-degree angle with that. Now the third club is for us to hold across our belt line. So what I'm doing here is I'm tucking my thumbs down into my belt, putting the club right along that belt line, and then holding onto it like that. Now to do the test, what we do is we put one foot up towards that club, so we're standing pretty well perpendicular to that club. Most of our weight is on the front foot with our knee straight. The other leg here is just toe touching at the back. And then from here, all we're simply going to do is we're going to try and rotate our lower quartile right around towards the right side in this case. Now, important couple of things to note. What I don't want to see is you don't want to get any tilt happening one way or the other. You want to try and keep that club as parallel to the ground as you possibly can. Now the aim here is to try and rotate past that other club that's lying on the ground. If you do so, you can say you've got good lower quartile rotation. Now, I looked at it on the right side. The right side here is, for me, right-handed golfer, going to be the backswing. Okay, so I'm looking at the ability to internally rotate at the lower quartile on the right side, and that is my backswing. If we also look at the other leg while we're here, is we go onto our left leg and then we look at external rotation of the left leg. Okay? Now you'll find in most cases the external rotation is easier than the internal rotation, and that's just because we definitely have more of those movements at our hip normally anyway. Alright, so try and keep that club nice and level and trying to rotate. Then all you have to do is swap your clubs around. 6-iron down on the ground, other club again along the sole, and then we do the other side. So we'll start with internal rotation of our left leg, and this will be now looking at our follow through, okay, and our ability to be able to get into a good impact position or follow through position. So again, try and keep that club nice and level and try and rotate as much as possible. And then swap that over to the other side and look at our external rotation. Okay? So the aim of today is really trying to get a good handle of that assessment. What we'll do tomorrow is we'll go into some of the details of some stretches to help with rotation at that hip complex in particular, to enable you to increase your range of movement if you find that one particular motion is restricted. So until then, keep safe, New Zealand. We're almost through this thing, although I do get the feeling we're going to be extended a bit. So we'll catch you again tomorrow for some further exercises. Cheers.